Y'all, good morning, and welcome to the Lady of the Throne Divine Astrology, where God dwells within me as me. Okay, so yesterday I tried to record a live. Well, I did, but they messed with the audio on it, so you couldn't really hear. So I'm hoping that you can hear this today. So I want to tell you guys again, okay, that people are upset. I want to tell you guys about, let's see, what can I make this title? Um, what can I make this title? They big mad. Okay, let's make it that. They are big mad. That'll be the title. So what's going on is people are big mad. Okay, because this is for the collective. This is going to be for you guys because the collective energy is, like I say all the time, it is the Holy Spirit. And so if the Holy Spirit is moving through those people who are filled with it, such as the YouTubers, the spiritual community, those of you who are good people and you're tapped in, those of you who chose the right winner in your game, those of you who chose me, those of you who chose yourselves as well, and you understand what's going on right now, and you also understand that God is moving through all of this, okay? So for the ones who are filled with that Holy Spirit, these messages may resonate with you because you're filled with the Holy Spirit, okay? But if I refer to myself, it's because it's a personal experience, and I'm meant to share my experiences with you guys in this lifetime so that you guys can know what's going on, so that history doesn't repeat itself, right? So that the things of the past don't become the things of the current, so that you all can understand and know what's really happening, okay? Because, like I say all the time, ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses are not fully awakened the way that I am, okay? I am the one who is awakened, and I'm the one who's different from the rest. So I think it's very important that you guys like know it from my perspective, what's going on, okay? So yes, we're gonna go with the title, They Are Big Mad. If you're here and you can hear me clearly today, please give the video a thumbs up right now so that I can know. Thank you. Somebody just did. Thank you so much. If you can clearly hear it, because yesterday I tried to do this and it was hard to, they messed with the technical. It was just like, okay. But sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes that happens when I have the earplugs, when I have the earphones in. Sometimes that happens and it's hard to hear me. But if you can hear me right now, I hope you can. Just give it a thumbs up. Let me know it's okay. All right, so the title of this is They Are Big Mad. All right, now this is a time right here where if you are a believer in God, you've got to pray and you've got to stay focused and you have to stay disciplined and know that it's going to be a heightened warfare, a heightened spiritual warfare at this time, because I feel it. And the reason why it's a heightened spiritual warfare is because you have claimed your independence. You have claimed the narrow path. You have claimed that you're going to stick with God. That's why it's a heightened spiritual warfare at this time. Some people have already, like recently I saw something where a very prominent person, I don't want to call out his name, had just recently got baptized. And after all of those years, this is a man who's over 60 years old, and he had just got baptized. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Listen, he did this, and then people, right after, you guys won't believe this, right after he got baptized, people started to drag him into the tabloids and bad press and bad media, tried to drag him into things, even if he did these things or committed these crimes or not. People just started to do it like right around the time this man got baptized. And I was like, you know what? Spiritual warfare is really heightened. It's at a very high point. And I think that it's very important that the collective, those of you who are filled with that Holy Spirit, you guys realize what's going on. I want to help as many people as I can, because you're not battling against flesh and blood. It's always spirit versus spirit. If you have a good divine spirit, a pure spirit, there's going to be evil, wicked spirits out here, and they're going to try to test you, tempt you. They're going to lie on you. They're going to manipulate others around the situation. They're going to get a lot of people together. See, what you guys have to know, and I say this all the time, and some of you already know, that demonic spirits need groups. They feed off of a lot of people, a lot of people's energy. They can't come to the kingdom of heaven alone. They have to move in packs. They have to move in crowds. They have to move in groups. So if you notice, like, and another thing too, what's going on too, is that you have people who are of a different background, especially Caucasians. So what's happening with them is, not all of them, because I don't have anything wrong with, that group of people. I'm not a racist person. But what's happening is you have to be careful, because sometimes it's the demonic spiritual forces that's working through some of them, but it's also their own prejudice. But it's not just them. It's also African Americans as well, and other different people. So really and truly, you can't say anything right now that's happening or anything in spiritual warfare is considered racist. You have to distinguish, you have to know the difference between just racism and spiritual warfare. Right now, this is the time of a spiritual warfare, okay? How you'll know is, I'm going to give you some signs to let you know, because I've been observing this and I've been documenting this, and all of this is being recorded. I am a daughter of heaven, which means that everything that I see happening is going up, and everything that goes up is coming down. So I want you guys to know that. Don't ever think that whatever you have joined together to do, or you have witnessed people joining together in groups and are doing things strategically, whether it's around the workplace, it's around the wherever, Don't think that this is not it, that this is something that these people are really truly enjoying, because they're not. What's happening all around the situation, if you're dealing with the spiritual warfare, what's happening in these people's lives are devastating things. And I'm also knowing that they're seeing the miracles play out. They're seeing things play out from the heavens. They're seeing supernatural things right now. But the reason why they're going to ignore it and act like they don't see these supernatural things happening is because they want to feel like they have some type of power or control in the world. So that's the reason why they don't want to highlight, or they don't want to broadcast the miracles that are being performed, what God is really doing. They act like they don't understand it. But the reason, like I said, the only reason why they're doing this, and this is how you know who you're in spiritual warfare with, how you know who Satan has chosen to work against you, is going to be those people who ignore all of the good things and only want to wait until it's time for the groups to get together and create their next plan and scheme. Now, what you guys need to also know about spiritual warfare is that 9 times out of 10, there is a puppet master involved. There is a person with a lot of money who's funding this and is creating this to happen for people. And also there's a leader, there's a person over these groups, and there's a leader who's trickling down these plans and these schemes down to the people, lower level people, and then these lower level people are helping these people carry it out. Now, a lot of these people on the lower level who are carrying things out, they feel like something, like they're doing something, like they're contributing to something. But pay attention to what you're actually doing. You are a part of a group of I don't know how many people and do not care how many people going against one individual. See, you guys have to open your eyes and realize the difference between someone who is divine, a God, chosen, a prophet, anointed, that one individual versus all of these people. Now, you look at the narrow path and you look at the wide path. Who's on the wide path? All of those people, because it's wide because it's a lot of people. You look on the narrow path and it's just one person. It's narrow because it's just that one person. So what's happened is somebody out there has done something similar to me, something that I've done, which is walk away from Satan, walk away from his playground, walk away from his industry, right? And so when you do that, and because you're chosen and anointed, when you do that, Satan's going to send a lot of people behind you. It's going to seem like it's some type of army. It's going to feel like it's a whole community. It could feel like it's a city of people that he sends. So this is the thing. Some of you may have walked away from friends, family members, a whole group of people. And ever since you walked away from the situation, because you knew what they were doing, you knew that they were doing black magic, you knew about their rituals, you knew what they were doing behind your back, you knew about the hidden cameras and the secret surveillance, you knew about this, right? Some of you may have people doing things to you based off of things that they have done in a very corrupt manner, right? In a very, very, very corrupt manner, and they've been trying to hide things from you ever since then. Because see, the ones who did it to you are very afraid right now. So the reason why you're experiencing a heightened level of spiritual attacks at this time is because the ones who are at fault for doing these things to you, they don't want to get caught. They don't want everyone to know that it was them behind doing things like this to you, right? And because there are so many people involved who want to see you fail, because you are chosen, because you are anointed, because you are a part of the kingdom of heaven, because you are put here to fight against the wicked, because you are, people like this will allow things to happen to you to hurt you, tear down your reputation, your image, and everything. Why would they do this? Because these people have already signed over to Satan, and it's very hard for them to admit the fact that the games that they participate in for the organizations that they work with are also working with people who worship Satan. They don't want to admit that to themselves, so they're going to heighten their warfare against the divine, because everything is coming down, because these people really have truly messed up, basically. But since they don't want to admit who they sold their souls to, they're going to come for the chosen. So it's very important right now that you guys, these people have mocked God for the games they play. They have mocked Bible, like literally have taken and twisted Bible verses and scriptures. Listen, on my channel and in my life, I do nothing but say positive things, and I also keep it real. So if a person comes to me and asks me to tell them things, to provide for them divine messages, whether I'm reading energy from you, you know, that person who's asking me, because one thing you can't do, you can never play mind games with somebody like me. You can come to me for readings and try to, is no way possible that another human being can come to me for something and want it and manipulate it to where you want it to mean something for someone else. Even though it may look like it works, but I'm going to pick up the actual person's energy. I'm going to pick up who you really intend to get the reading for, and it's always never going to be for myself. There's nobody can really truly read for me. And the reason why is because I am in control of everything. That's why. But people think that, but that's it's not happening like that. So if you ask me questions, it's going to be meant for you. It's going to be meant for you. And you can, after that, you can lie about it. You can pretend about it. you can doubt it. But you know deep down in your heart that I've exposed all of your truth. So that's the thing. But you guys, again, where there is spiritual warfare and there's these spiritual attacks happening, you guys have to be careful with that, because they're not attacking you because you're wrong or because you're bad or because you deserve it. They're attacking you because they're trying to hide and cover up the fact that they're playing in Satan's playground and you're not. That's what they don't want everybody to know about you. So they're going to try to spread misinformation and lies about your character. They're going to try to pull you into things that you have nothing to do with. They're going to twist your post on social media and try to make it seem like it means something violent or something wrong, something that you have nothing to do with, something that you're not a part of. They're going to do that. When you're around these people talking with them, they're going to twist your words and they're going to refer it to things that they want to make it seem like it is. But you guys have to understand that all of this is coming from one lie that a person with a lot of money told on a person. And so every single thing after that, this devil and his minions are going to twist every good thing into a bad thing. But that's the people who worship Satan. It's Satan in the flesh who's literally doing this. You have people who worship the enemy and do seances and spells and rituals, and they're also the same ones who's funneling the money into these groups of people to try to twist everything and make it seem like the chosen is on the side of gangs or crime or violence or drugs or anything to rip a person's reputation down. That is what these strategic people in these positions have been doing to people for a very long time. But honestly, we ain't the one. We're not the one. I'm not the one. In collective, if you're listening and you're a good person, I know you're not the one either. This is not, it's never going to work. You know why? Because everyone knows your true character. Everyone knows who you really are. And also, everyone knows what you do on a daily basis. And if you have no connections to these wicked people, then everything that they lie on you about is false. So really and truly, people don't realize what they're doing right now, but they're feeding into the enemy every single day. All they're getting closer to is the enemy every single day. Because if you join together with him, with the lies and the manipulation, all the false information that's been put out there, and if you're on the side with him to believe it and to push out the agenda with him, you sold your soul that easily. It's that quick. It's that quick. Continue to do that. Meanwhile, we'll be continuing to do the right things, continuing to be spiritual, and continuing to do all of the positive, good things that we have been doing this whole entire time. Because for me, it's been like 4 years, and you guys are still getting the same results, and I am too. I'm still amazing, and you guys are still in the pit of hell that you created for yourself. And I'm watching you all drop in it one by one by one by one. All right, and that's all I have. Thank you so much, and God bless.